How you guys all doing? You guys well?
We're doing good, man. Can't complain. How about you?
Awesome, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm sure there is quite a few people still coming. However, we will start. We're not gonna wait for them. Um, we're not gonna wait for them. All right. So how many of us are gonna be hearing about this zone thingy for the first time?
And thank you for joining us on
Okay, let's do this. So maybe we can just mute everybody's sound. Guys, can you please mute your sound and then we can just use the chat function. Can you guys hear me? Okay, great. So tell me, who is gonna be hearing about? Maybe let's start about Bitcoin. How are we all familiar what Bitcoin is? Why Bitcoin exists, and why it's such an important invention for us to be aware of? Are we all familiar with Bitcoin? Or is there anyone who does not know what Bitcoin is? You can hear me, guys, right? Can you hear me? Okay, all right. All right, so if you guys can all hear me, the only question I have, so that I know where to start, is there anyone who is not aware, who does not know what Bitcoin is, or should we just move straight into the zone? Anyone who does not know what Bitcoin is? Okay. All right. So I'm told to move straight into the zone. You guys know what Bitcoin is. Okay. That is super, super, super awesome. All right. So let's try and do this. Okay. All right. So can you guys see my screen?
Karena watu wako Kenya.
Can you guys all see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Awesome.
Yes, man.
Okay. All right. So just a brief background without going into too much detail. We've been reviewing this opportunity for about a month right now. When I say we, I'm talking about myself, Hannah, Solani, and Professor Edson Pinza. We've been looking at this for about a month now. And I won't go into the reasons why. So what we did was we actually bought, Hannah bought an account, bought a pool, what is called here the standard plan, as you can see, the $500 one. So she bought this account so that she can test. 10 days later, the mining earnings started flowing in. And she couldn't believe, the fact that it can be that profitable. Whereas the understanding is that mining is not profitable as it is right now. So, and then a little bit more research was done into the company, into the CEO, into the main man behind this whole stuff. I'm not sure if you guys can please mute your microphones, so that when I'm done, then we can then open up for question and answers. Okay. I don't want to hear the baby. Can we mute the microphone? Okay. So we then looked into talking to and fro with the CEO of MineBest, trying to find out what the whole story is about and so forth, and why they are profitable, whereas we are told that mining earnings, mining is not that profitable. So we got our answers, and we were 100% happy. And the last round of research included me physically going to Asia, in Vietnam, to attend one of the first global convention of the company for MiningCity. So that's where I met, some of the guys coming from other big organizations, people that were, very, very top leaders in other organizations, who are now part of this opportunity, MiningCity. And some of them I know. We met in Dubai in 2017. And so I got to learn a lot about the culture of the company and the vision of the company and so forth, and why, MiningCity is actually profitable. One of the reasons why it's because of, I will get into the reasons why they're profitable just now. But then we spoke to the guy, and we were happy with everything. So that was now the second last. The last round of research included Hannah and Zolani going physically to the mining facility in Kazakhstan. That's where the mining facility is located, is in Kazakhstan. So they were there. They just came back early this morning, and they saw the facility, met with the guys, on site, the on-site engineers and everyone. So they were 100% happy with the entire vision of where this thing is potentially going. And so the main thing, that was the main question for all of us, myself, Hannah, and Zolani, was the fact that, if we are going to be coming in, especially as Africa, we know we're going to be coming in huge volumes, because we're hungry for something like this. So, there are scalability issues. Do they have plans in place, for scaling, in terms of if there's another 100, 200,000 people joining the company? So we're satisfied with the answers. The fact that right now they are running on a 20 megawatt facility, which is the baby wants to be in the zone, eh? Okay, we did ask for the mics to be muted. So as I was saying, so they've got a lot of plans in place. They're currently constructing a 40 megawatt facility, and from that they're actually going to build another 70 megawatt facility. So the mining facility itself is right next to a power station, you know. So as far as electricity is concerned, and the price of electricity is actually locked for the next 5 years, the price of electricity, and it is the 4th cheapest in the world. So these are all the factors that play into MiningCity being profitable. You know, the first round when we open our first accounts is, if you can see now here, you can see here they're using what is called the Whatminer. I'll give you some more information on what that is. So when I bought my standard plan, it was still an S9. Okay. So what this guy did is he discovered that people that were using S9s before, they were not using them optimally. As a result, people were running them for 6 months to a year, and then when that thing breaks, they normally sell it and look for the new one. So what this guy did, he says an ASIC miner should ideally run for 7 to 10 years, you know. So what he did, he bought a whole lot of these second-hand ASICs, and he refurbished them. He actually got them to run much better. So you'll find that the people that actually bought the standard plan before they moved on to the new machines, which is now the Whatminer, we're literally getting 2 times the hashing power that all of us are buying right now, because of the fact that the entry into the cost, you know, of starting this whole thing was actually very cheap, because of the fact that he was buying second-hand. I think he's got about 13,000 second-hand machines that are running right now 100%, you know, in Kazakhstan. So you'll see now on the current plans, the hashing power is 5 terahash, you know. But the beautiful thing about that is that it's actually locked for the entire duration of the contract, which is 1,100 days. So meaning, even if there's 1 million people joining the business, you know, in the next coming years, it's not going to affect those who are already on the inside. Okay, so your hashing power is locked. So at least your mining earnings can then be predictable in terms of what they're going to be, you know, more or less going forward, which is, you know, a very good thing for people who are just simply investors, you know. So now part of their strategy is that they've got contracts with BitMain and Canon and the other third guy who's also a top producer of the ASICs. But the most special one, this is one, the Whatminer. So Whatminer is a new company started by a guy called Dr. Wu or something. So Dr. Wu used to work for BitMain. He's the one who actually came up with the ASIC, the very first ASIC miner. So this guy then left BitMain and started his own company called Whatminer. So MiningCity has been able now to secure a contract for Whatminer to solely produce for MiningCity mining equipment, you know. So the company is now getting them very, very, very cheap than what the ordinary people will actually get them for. So right now, with the amount of equipment that we have bought and ordered from Whatminer, we are actually they're going to be the biggest miner outside of China. Okay, so what that means is that if on September, October, if you go on the blockchain.info or block.info site, you will see that currently we're mining under btc.com. But in September, October, we're gonna be sitting on our own as MiningCity on the blockchain, because we'll be more than 1% of the entire hashing power of the network. So which is some great news for all of us. All right. So one of the reasons why we actually are so in love with this opportunity is the fact that, so if anyone is looking at any of these 4 plans and they want to buy, let's say for example one is considering buying the standard plan, which is $500, you can see everything, you know, is literally written there, you know. For example, your contract is 1,100 days. I know they are working on extending it to 2,000. I'm not sure when that will happen, but they're working on that. And your mining earnings will start after 10 days. So meaning if you buy your plan now, 10 days from now, weekends included, you will then start earning, you know, on a daily basis. The question people often ask is, so how much am I going to earn? We will come to that just now. So you can see the coins that your money is helping to buy. It's the Whatminer M21S, right? You can see that it's mining Bitcoin, and you can see your service cost, that's your electricity cost. Hey, this guy is busy. Okay, so you can see also the hash rate that you're buying, which is 5 terahash. As I said before, this is not going to change. It's going to remain like that for the duration of your contract, all right? So now, if you've ever ventured into mining on your own, people that buy things like your graphics cards, you know, your GPU cards that want to mine on their own, you'll find that there is a site they normally go to called Crypto Compare. So this site is a third-party site. And so if you go there and you say you want to mine, for example, Monero or Ethereum or Zcash, and you can put in information there in terms of what equipment do you have, what computing power do you have, what is your cost of electricity, and it can literally work out for you how profitable it's going to be based on the data that you've given it, all right? So what they've done there, this here, is they've literally linked, you know, all of this information to Crypto Compare. So meaning if I want to know how much am I gonna generate, I can literally click on where it says calculate. It takes me directly to a third-party site called Crypto Compare. As you can see, there's all the data, you know, that we had on our standard plan. You can see the amount of Bitcoins that are mined. Now, this is very important because these Bitcoins are not gonna change much. The only thing that changes is the price of Bitcoin, right? So the price of Bitcoin will then influence your profitability, all right? So if you see now, per month, it's saying that on your standard plan, you're gonna be generating Bitcoins worth about $29. That's based on today's Bitcoin value. So should the price of Bitcoin go up, you know, in the next coming months, it will then influence the profitability as well. So what's important is that you can predict how many Bitcoins you're actually going to mine, which is very important, all right? So it can tell you there how much you're gonna be mining per day in terms of dollars, how much you're gonna be mining per week, how much you're gonna be mining per month, and how much you're gonna be mining per year. So a person can be able to gauge what they're getting themselves into, all right? So, which is super for me because then people, they don't have to take your word for it, okay? Same with the bronze, which is $1,000. You can see you are buying 2 times the hashing power, which is 10 terahash. So even if we click on this one, it still takes us to that third-party site called Crypto Compare. It still gives us all the information. It gives us all the number of Bitcoins that we're gonna be generating. And then it gives us the price, you know, the value of what, you know, we can expect plus finance per month should the price of Bitcoin remain where it is right now. But if the price improves, this also improves as well. So, and then the flagship one, which is called the gold, which is all 3 combined. You can see there you are getting 35 terahash, which is 7 times what you're getting paid for your standard plan. You can see the amount of dollars you're gonna generate on a monthly basis, you know. So, and again, this is based on the price of Bitcoin currently. Okay, and so that is just on the investor's point of view, all right? So we are talking now, right now, plus minus, 7% or so in terms of what people can make on a monthly basis. And I want to take you to their Instagram page quickly so that you can have a look and see what's happening here. So if we type MiningCity and we go to their Instagram page, so there's big things happening here. So if you look at this, you can see obviously it's what is called an artist impression, all right? Meaning this is the plan of what they are literally constructing. So some of those containers are there, and so they are gonna put this roof over it and so forth. So all the progress, this is the construction site where they're building the 50 megawatt facility. Okay, so now this company actually enjoys a very good relationship with the government of Kazakhstan because of the fact that it's not just a mining facility that they are actually building. It's actually more than that, because the whole plan is to, you know, every single month to have people going to the facility, you know, and, you know, to actually view. And they're also building a conference center so that people can have conferences there. I'm not sure if you can see, this is Zolani, our leader from South Africa, and this is Hana Pinza, and this is Raymond. They went to the facility last week. They actually came back yesterday. So they've seen it all. So this you can check on Instagram as well. So this is Eyal Avramovich. This is the CEO of MineBest, and this is Greg. He's the CEO of MiningCity. Okay. All right. So this is the mining convention I went to a week ago. This was the first ever. We were the only two guys from Africa, guys. The rest of the people were from Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Thailand, basically Asia. So Africa is still a virgin territory. We've got a lot of ground to cover. But I need to warn everyone who is a network marketing professional that, you know, this product is so easy to sell. Anyone can become successful here. You know, as you can see, meetings are already, you know, happening in other parts of the world. Massive meetings happening in Japan and in Korea. You can see this is Bangkok, Thailand. Okay, so this you can check out later. So I want to show you something else. Okay, so for those of us who are interested in more than just, you know, being an investor, but are also, you know, thinking of building an organization, you can see, similar to most network marketing companies, there will actually be a ranking system. So everyone, when they start, once you buy, you know, a share, then, or a mining plan, then you become a citizen. Then once you reach, you know, your sales target of $10,000 and a minimum of 5 citizens that you have signed up, then you then qualify to be a builder. This is now my second account that is a builder. And then from builder, you can grow, you can move up to be a developer. And for that, you need sales of $50,000, and you need at least one builder from your A team. I'm going to talk about the teams right now. Maybe we'll have a break before the compensation plan so that people can ask questions about the investment and about the company. Then we can get onto the network marketing side, because this is my favorite, because this is where there's lots of money that can be made. So we have now the first manager in Africa is Zolani. You have to have reached a sales target of $250,000, and you must have 3 developers, and you must have at least 1 developer in your A team. I'm going to talk about the team right now. Now, here's the exciting part for me. Once you become a manager, over and above the commissions that you're getting and all that, you are going to get $3,500 in bonus, and an additional $1,500. So that makes a total of $5,000 that you're going to get as a bonus once you become a manager. And then once you move all the way to be a city manager, you then get a bonus of $50,000. Yeah. So the whole idea is that they want you to buy a vehicle, so that it can help the business to grow. But of course, they're not going to force you to buy a vehicle if you don't want to. But that's what they would love you to do. And then the highest rank in the business is a mayor. I think we've got 2 mayors in the business already, and they're both from Korea. And those guys received, a check of $100,000. Of course, the company, like I said, wants you to buy a car, but if you don't, that's okay as well. So you can see here on your site, there's also a marketing plan which talks about the compensation plan, how we get paid in this business. Again, this is my favorite part, but we can talk about this. And then there's marketing support. Marketing support will have to do with just all the branding stuff associated with that. But this MiningCity guidebook, this you can download, and the brochure you can download. It then gives you more information about the business plus the compensation plan. Okay. So maybe before I go a little bit into the compensation plan, any questions regarding the business? Any questions regarding the company, the investment, before we can get into the network marketing part? Any questions, guys? I take it no one has a question. No one has a question. Okay, so if no one has... Okay, so if no one has a question, am I right to say nobody has a question?
No questions so far.
Okay, let me try and read some comments if there's any here. Okay, all right. So let's then go back to the compensation plan. Okay, you guys got my screen right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so the first way we get paid, which is favorite for most people, is the binary tree, okay, or the binary cycle bonus. Now this bonus pays us $200, all right? Now, for you to qualify for this bonus, first things first is you must sponsor at least 2 people, one on your left-hand side and one on your right-hand side. And then after that, whatever spillovers you have, you can benefit from that as well. So your pool 1, or the $500 plan, actually pays you, gives you 1 credit. And then the $1,000 pool will give you 2 credits. And then the third plan, which is the $2,000 one, will give you 4. And then the founder, or the gold plan, will give you 7 credits, all right? So for you to get a cycle bonus here, you need at least 5 on your left and 5 on your right. That qualifies you for the cycle bonus of $200. Okay. Now, the other thing which is important for me, which I actually appreciated, is the fact that if, let's say, one day you get someone that wants to buy, let's say, for example, in this account, I've got 290 credits on one side. So if I then have someone that wants to buy, let's say 7 times the gold plans, so that's 7 times 7, so if I've got more credits than what I am allowed to cycle, for example, as a citizen, I can only cycle 4 times a day. So if I've got credits that are actually exceeding the limit, I do not lose those credits. Are you guys with me? So I don't lose those credits. Those credits will sit there and wait for the following day for me to actually cycle. So meaning I can load up, the accounts and cycle every single day up until all those credits are finished, So that's the beautiful thing about this particular binary cycle bonus, which pays us between $2,000 and $2,400 US, of course, based on your ranking as well. That's the first one. And then the second one is called the matchup. So meaning anyone that I have signed up or my team members have signed up, when they get their own $200, when they get their own cycle bonus of $200 worth of Bitcoins, the system then pays me $10 matchup. Okay? Pays me $10 matchup. Okay? It's this one here. So obviously, I always say to people that I want you to make money. When you join the business, I want you to make money. If you just want to be an investor, it's okay. But if you want to build a business, I want you to make money. And I will do all that I can to support you to make money. You know what the reason is? It's the $10, because when you make a cycle bonus of $200, I get a $10, worth of Bitcoins. So can you imagine if you have 50 people in your organization that are making $200 every single day? If you count that in rands, you're actually looking at about 210,000 rands just on the $10, not on the cycle bonus themselves, but just on the $10. So this is very, very powerful. People that make a lot of money in this business actually make a lot of money here from the matchup bonuses. Okay. So that's the second way we get paid. Now, the third way we get paid, let me look for it. What we used to call the right, here we are. So now this is now the third way we get paid. So the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth person you sign up, they all fall under what is called your team A. Okay, so you will then get paid 5% commission for every person that you sign up until the fifth person. Now, then person number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to infinity, you are now getting 10% for every sign up. So meaning if all these people, all they buy is simply the standard plan, you are getting $50 worth of Bitcoins for every sign up. I don't know about you, but for me, that is massive. That is massive. $50 for every sign up, taking a standard plan. So this is now the third way we get paid, all right? And so for the ranking, if you remember, we mentioned about it a little bit, for you to move from a citizen to a builder, it's very simple. It's just $10,000 worth of sales, and your own pool actually counts. So if you start with the gold plan for yourself, and then you sign up 5 other people, that $3,500 actually counts on your sales volume. So, and on top of that, you just need 5 personal signups, and then Bob is your uncle, you become a builder. But then to move from a builder to be a developer, you then need someone within your A team. So what other people have done, this is the mistake whether it's a mistake or not, neither here nor there. But what people were doing, they were buying this first 5 accounts themselves. And then from number 6, they start signing up people. The reason was the 10%, all right? That's all good and well. But when it comes to ranking, this will actually bind you, because you need someone from your A team to rank all the time. So, for example, for you to move from a builder to be a developer, you can have 3 people ranking on your B team. You're still not going to qualify. You need at least 1 person as well from your A team to actually rank to be a builder that then moves you to be a developer. Okay? So the same from a developer to a manager, you're going to need to have at least 1 person from your A team ranking, and then the rest can be on your B team. So it's very important how you're going to do this. But what's important is that even if let's say you've already signed up 5 accounts under yourself, and you're now building directly from your B, you can sign up someone under any of these accounts, and then build with that person, because even if that person is not a direct of your first 5, but as long as they fall under your A team, okay, so you will still rank up. Okay, so those are the ranks we've just spoken about. The fact that you did $10,000 and 5 citizens, 3 builders, from builder to developer. Then from developer to manager, you need 3 builders. Then from manager to city manager, you need 3 developers, $250,000 worth of sales, and all the way to mayor. Okay, and then the generation bonus. This is amazing to me, guys, because this does not wait for month end or for any other day that someone, when they feel like paying, this generation bonus, the minute you hit a rank and someone in your team are already mining, you will see these bonuses coming into your account, the generational bonuses, and also the repurchase. I'm going back now a bit. Everyone from your A team, when they repurchase, you get 10%. And everyone from your B team, when they repurchase, you get 20% of the repurchase. Okay? And then from your B team, anyone who signs their first 5, you then get 5%. But anyone, from the first 5 here, if they sign someone, you don't get anything underneath. Okay? But from your B team, you then get 5%. Okay? So meaning your A of B will get you 5%. And that's obviously all the way to infinity. Okay? All right. So I think we all get this, the fact that as a builder, as a miner, you can cycle 4 times, or citizen, as a builder, you can cycle 5 times a day. As a city developer, you can cycle 6 times. As a city manager, you can cycle 8 times. And as a chief manager, you can cycle 10 times. And of course, as a mayor, you can cycle 12 times. That's $2,400 US. Okay. So that's our compensation plan, guys. You need to make some money very quickly, because in August, there's going to be another trip to Kazakhstan to go and see the mining facility. And I think that might be very important for your business as well. So the last one, if you go to your wallet, we can do pay forward here as well. We've been doing pay forward as well. You can deposit money into your account. You can transfer funds, from one account to the other. You can also check your overview. So like I said, this is my second account. So it tells you how much Bitcoins you've generated through your binary, and what your commissions were, what you've withdrawn, what you've transferred, and what your mining was. So I've not even started mining on this particular account. Yet it has already made more than $500. Okay, it's already paid for itself. Okay. All right. So, are there any questions, guys? I think I've covered mostly everything. Any questions, good people? Okay. Someone wrote, what's your take between MiningCity and BitClub network? Okay, please explain generational bonuses again. All right. So the difference between, this is a tricky one. The difference between MiningCity and BitClub. One, Your contract will run for 1,000 days. In BitClub, here it's 1,100 days. When you buy a pool in BitClub, you are buying your pool share of $500 or $3,500, but you're not buying hashing power. You're not buying hashing power. So whereas with MiningCity, you're actually buying hashing power. So like I told you before, that your hashing power remains for the duration of your contract. And also, there is no $99 here. The reason being, I asked this guy why, and then he said, look, to create the whole system, it's a once-off payment. So, an extended URL, of which that's what you have, it doesn't cost the company anything. So that's why he does not charge, there's no need for the $99. Other than that, the compensation plan is almost similar, but as you can see, it is a bit enhanced and simplified. So that is it. Okay, please explain the generational bonuses again. I missed the A and the B part. The distinction between high involvement and low involvement situations is important because the variations in how consumers evaluate products and brands lead to contrasting marketing implications. The complex evaluation in the high involvement situations. Okay, when you say you missed the A and the B part, let me start from here. So the generational, okay, let's say I sign Luyanda, okay, whether he's in my A or my B, he is my first generation, okay. If Luyanda signs someone else, that's the second generation, and when that person signs someone else, that's going to be the third generation, okay. And from there, from when they buy the pool, that's where those 1% are actually coming from. So you get those 1% generational bonus. It's your once-off bonus when they come in to buy a pool. You then get those 1% based on which generation it is. Your ranking also affects your generational bonus. Okay. And then your A and your B team. We said the first 5 is your A team, and then 6 all the way to infinity, that then becomes your B team. Okay? And then your first 5, you then get 5% commission for each person. And then that's your A team. And then on your B team, which is now number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you will get then 10% referral commission. Okay? And if your A team guys sign up their first 5, you are not getting anything, when they sign their first 5. But then on your B team, when they sign their first 5, they get their 5%, you then get 5% because the commission always has to be a max of 10%. Okay? So on your B of A, so meaning when number 6 signs his first 5, you will get 5% for each person that they sign up. And then after that, it then stops. Okay? And the only thing you'll get after that will be your generational bonuses. I hope that makes sense. Customer uses when evaluating products and services are known as choice criteria. They provide the grounds for
Mr. Follow, how far can we go in terms of investment? Should we go max like for if founders pool as to PC now as we the CC planner a train?
Yes, boss. Look, it's even if a person starts with the standard plan, you will find people that are gonna buy the gold plan. Remember, then that means some of that commission is gonna be withheld up until you go to the gold plan as well. So sooner or later we have to buy the gold plan. So the guys who bought the gold plan, I think just before we got in or when we got in, they were getting 2 times the hashing power we're getting now, as I explained before, because of the type of equipment that they were getting at the time. So the gold plan is a must, because as we build the business, we'll get to a point whereby we're signing people who are buying the gold plan, and then automatically we'll then have to also buy the gold plan as well. And then the amount of money that gets withheld, it does not get withheld in Bitcoins. So it gets withheld in dollar value, okay? Now, that's got the good, it's got the bad. The good of it is that if the price of Bitcoin goes down, you still get that equivalent, dollar value. But if the price of Bitcoin goes up, when you receive the Bitcoin, they were supposed to be worth more, in a sense. So it's one of those things you don't want your money withheld. Let me put it that way. Yeah. So
Okay, like
you want to get your money ASAP.
Yeah. So as for him, with BC, it was possible to register. BC must be a registration fee.
Yes.
And then you can buy a pool, or before I buy a pool, would register with that $99, and then pool for the time being. And then as time goes by, he raises the pool, and then when he got that one, he starts buying a pool. But here we don't do that registration. We just buy a pool. So if someone has got, if someone that he wants to come in and buy, he's keen to do the platinum, which is the last one, the founders. And then when now you started with the standard, so you're gonna if you are on the standard but your downliner is a founder, then the benefits is gonna affect you. So how is it working here?
Okay, it's exactly what I was trying to explain earlier. So what happens? You buy. Remember, the gold plan is actually the standard, the silver. The bronze and the silver. All together. So if you have the standard plan and someone buys the gold, what's going to happen? Let's say you were supposed to get 10%. So you will get 10% of the standard, but the 10% for the bronze and the silver, they will all get withheld up until you upgrade, and then that money goes into your wallet.
So your standard is given a chance to upgrade.
Yes, but the credits you will get, you will cycle. So it's not going to affect you as far as the credits is concerned. So if I were you, I would not worry. Let's say if I can only afford the standard, come in with the standard. So, but if you're signing people who are buying gold plans, it's okay. That money you're not losing. It's actually saved up for you up until you are able to buy that. Yeah.
All right. No, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So any other questions, good people? Mr. Kokele.
No questions specifically, sir.
Okay. All right. So if there's no more questions, maybe we can carry on, maybe on our WhatsApp groups and so forth. But this is what I want to say, good people. This opportunity is a second chance I never thought we will ever have. I never thought this opportunity will ever come again. And if you look at it, it's actually much more bigger. Okay, Lucy has a question. You can come with the question, Lucy. So it's one of those opportunities where we certainly cannot sleep on this opportunity. As for me, I'm always, my mind is racing. How quickly can I get to my 100 direct sign ups? By the way, in network marketing, you don't really have a business up until you've got at least 100 sign-ups, 100 direct sign-ups. Let's hear your question, Lucy. I have a question. Okay, what I've done, Lucy, is that out of the 5, I only took 4 for myself, and then the one, and then the 5th one is someone else. Okay, so someone can do that, because you want to minimize as well. Because remember, when those people sign up other people, you're not going to get paid commission. So if you can, rather minimize and have, let's say, your first 3 or your first 4 yourself, and have just one person, and then you can always come in underneath your any of the first 4 accounts, of which that's what I'm doing. Even though I've got this one person as number 5, but I am now building under account number 4, which is also my account as well. So that's what I would encourage. Because
that was the question I was.
You have someone ranking. Yes. Sorry, Buti.
That was a question I was going to raise of strategizing how to place your accounts so that you earn more strategically.
Yes.
So
yes.
you've answered it.
Yes. And the other thing I'm actually encouraging people to do is when it comes to the placing of the binary, let's say you've got 5 accounts. Obviously, you've got your one on top. You will have the other 2 on your far left and 2 on your far right. So what I'm encouraging people is that when you sign other people, don't rush into putting in the inner legs of your other accounts. Rather go, as far as possible on your left and on your right. By doing that, you're making it easy for the people that you're signing up to actually cycle quicker. When they cycle quicker, you want to have as many people in your team making money. That's going to help spread the momentum, in your business. It's going to help because when people make money, then they become encouraged. Then they tell other people. So you've got more and more good stories to tell within your team. So that is very important. So that's what I'm currently doing myself. I'm actually going to come back on my inner accounts. I'm now going far left and far right, so that everyone has a power leg to work on. Jose, I have another question. When will the other presentation? I think this was too much info to take all at once. Okay, maybe we can do these presentations every Tuesday. I can commit to that. And besides, we are also planning to have a presentation in Johannesburg. So, Jose, if you are in Johannesburg, hit me on WhatsApp. I will be in Johannesburg on the 26th of July. We're planning to either going to be the Hilton Hotel or it's going to be a Holiday Inn. But I will communicate. I've got someone who's helping me to look for the venue, that site. And then on the 27th of July, we will be in the Val, where we are launching our 90-day game plan. Again, we're chasing 1 million in 90 days. So this is going to be our 6th 90-day game plan. We've done it before. This strategy works. It's proven. So we're going to be implementing it again. And I foresee way more people actually making that 1 million and more in 90 days because of the fact that, let's face it, we've got a very, very beautiful product that's easy to sell. So if there's no other question, any other question, good people?
So far, so good.
So far, so good. I'm glad to hear that. So do you guys feel like we should do this Zoom calls every Tuesday so that you can also invite your prospects as well?
I think that's the best.
Good for me.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But tell me, how many people can it accommodate?
It can accommodate, I think, up to 100 people.
Infinite. Oh, 100. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No. Let's continue with it.
So we start at about what time on Tuesdays?
I think the 9 o'clock South African time was good.
Okay.
It gives us time to settle, I think the 9 o'clock was good. Lucy is saying, can we have a compensation plan every Tuesday?
Okay.
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely we'll do that. We'll do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if we come back on Tuesday knowing what we're gonna be chatting about, so that we prepare key questions correctly and not sit up and up. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Look, it also depends on who you're gonna bring. So if you're gonna bring people that don't know anything about Bitcoins, you know, and then I'll have to start afresh and explain what is Bitcoin, where it's coming from, and then come into, you know, how do we get into Bitcoin, buying and holding versus mining, you know, and the opportunity within MiningCity. So it also depends on that as well. So I think, but as Peluso was saying, whatever we do, we are going to have to touch on the compensation plan. So I think, yeah, let's bring everyone. Even if people, they don't know anything about Bitcoin, you know, maybe they could not attend any presentation anywhere, you know, let's bring them on Tuesday. I don't mind sitting here for an hour or 2 hours. Okay, 1 hour, you know, talking about what Bitcoin is and then get into the compensation plan. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're gonna share the link so that we can invite our people.
Yes, I will share the link. Where did you get the link? On the group, ne? Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, no, I will share the link as well.
All right.
Thanks a lot, guys. We've got a Telegram group. If you are not in the Telegram group, please tell me on WhatsApp so that I can send you the link. We are going to be sharing a lot of information there as well. I'll also be sharing what I'm reading, you know, books that I'm reading, videos that I'm listening to. I'll also be sharing there as well so that we can all be empowered. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
God bless all of us. And I shall see you when I see you.